Alright guys, I hope you all are doing well. I, like I said, the previous video, am up and wanting to do stuff, so I'm killing time with videos. I hope I'm not overwhelming y'all too much. I try to limit my spurts of videos from, you know, two, two in any given day. Um, that way it doesn't conk you over the head. But I hope that y'all are um, good and life's treating you well and you're staying warm. Um, the snow that we've been getting um, in these parts, um, and basically on the east coast of the U.S. anyway, is no joke. Especially for somebody like me that does not do well in extreme cold. Um, this has just been a nightmare for me. So if you pray, send one up because I could sure use it. Because this has not been fun for me, and I haven't been out in it at all. Um, it's just ugh. I don't know how the people that got like over 2 feet are dealing with it because eh, I'm pretty much I feel like death now. Um, not physically sick, but like just because I can't move and everything like that. Um, but yeah, so if you pray, send one up because yeah, everybody on the East Coast can use it. Um, and with that said, we're gonna muse about some things here. So, and the first thing I'm gonna hit is the um, Oscar So White campaign and subsequent boycott led by Jada Pinkett Smith and Spike Lee. Now, okay, this is my thoughts on this, and I may get in trouble, but I'm among friends, and again, this is one of those things I hope will spark a healthy, respectful debate, because I ain't looking to start trouble for myself or anybody else. With that said, I am all for diversity in every walk of life, in every profession, in every, um, in just everything that ever happened on Earth. I am all for diversity, inclusion, and all that good shit. Okay? Um, but I feel like while racism is a problem still in 2016, I wish I didn't have to say that sentence, but it's true. Um, I think for as much as communities like talk about it, get it out there, and scream about racism this, racism that, racism this, racism that. They're quick to jump on that, on the racism thing, but I don't see a lot of people doing anything about it. Um, Besides, what is boycotting the Oscars gonna do? Um, Not gonna do anything. The show's still gonna go on. Chris Rock, who's black by the way, is still gonna host. The president of the Oscars, who's black by the fucking way, is still gonna be the president of the Oscars at the end of the night. So, um, you know, and they said, or she, being the president of the Oscars, said um, they've been working on things having to do with diversity for a while. Um, this just kind of brought it to light because they've been working on things, I guess, behind the scenes. Um, but really, though, which is good. I give them credit. You know, try to be as diverse as you can in any way you can. But Jada, baby girl, really, we gotta talk. let's talk about what's really going on here. You're not all up in arms because no black, no like, no films starring black people or directed by a black director or anything like that is um, isn't up for an award or up for an Oscar, mind you. You're upset. You're just a little bit butthurt that Big Willie's concussion movie didn't get to um, didn't get any Oscar consideration. Now I'm gonna put it to you like this: the MPAA or whoever does the like balloting for the Oscars and the screening for the Oscars probably looks at thousands upon thousands of movies every year in every category for consideration. There are going to be good movies that should be up for Oscars that aren't, just because of the fact that there's a process, and it's probably, like I said, thousands and thousands of movies, and there are going to be some pretty bad movies that get Oscar nods or get nominated. They might not get the Oscars, but they'll get nominated. And there are some good movies that aren't even going to get nominated just because that's the nature of what that is. When you're dealing with that much on that big a scale, some things are going to get left out. It's kind of like all-star snubs in baseball, football, basketball, any team sport. It's kind of like all-star game snubs. You know, sometimes, the best players, or the people that we think are the best players, don't get, don't make a team just because, wow, yes, they are good, and their seasons have been Oscar worthy or all-star worthy. Not everybody can make it. So be real with yourself. Okay? That's just my thoughts on that. So we gonna move on to something a little bit different, because I don't want to spend too much more time on that. And I'm gonna go ahead and clear that so I don't confuse myself. You all have gotten quite used to seeing me clear shit off my phone right after I do it. I have to do it that way, because if I don't, I'll forget and I'll confuse myself, and I might come back and start talking double. Okay, what am I gonna do next? I got a couple of wrestling topics here, but I'm gonna save those for later because I'm gonna go into those as like one big sports topic. So that's gonna leave me with the you've probably already seen it. It's blown up all over Facebook. This cop in Florida got a call from a citizen complaining that the kids outside who happened to be black were playing basketball in the street and being too loud. Well, this cop came out. He's a white cop. His kids were black. That shouldn't have anything to do with it, but unfortunately, that's the way the story goes. Comes out and says, "Hey, what y'all doing? Just playing basketball." He stops what he's doing and spends like 5 minutes playing basketball with these kids. This white cop with these black kids. And just leaving an impression on them. That not all cops are bad. And he said, when he left, he said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll come back, and next time I'm gonna bring back up." Well, a couple of days later, another video surfaces. Shaquille O'Neal, who is a deputized officer in Florida, think it's another city in Florida, but it's state of Florida. Um, Came in and said, I saw what you did with those kids. You know, let's swing by and we'll surprise them and we'll play ball. So they get in the car. He comes out with a bunch of his cop buddies. He said, remember I told you I'd come back here, I'd bring back up? Yep. Shaq comes out, takes off his warm-ups, and starts like just imparting knowledge on these kids and like growing these kids and showing them some things, and you know, it's awesome to see. And then, you know, he told him, he's like, hey, I grew up on the streets just like you. I grew up just like this. And, you know, he said, nobody can change this but you. You can change it through basketball. You can change it through, you know, life. You can change it. Be the change. Basically is what he said. And then he made him say, before he left, he said, made him repeat, you know, I will respect my parents. I will, you know, I will do good. I will be the best that I can be. You know, things like that. And it was just awesome to see, you know, in the day and age in which we live, where, you know, cops get a bad rap for just doing their fucking jobs. So to see this for me was just awesome. And, you know, big ups to Shaq for doing it. Big ups to Officer White for, you know, realizing, hey, these are not, you know, bad kids. They're just kids being kids. Shut up, you know, whatever. So really good to see, and thanks for being the example for those kids. I know that Shaq will never see this. I know that Officer will never see this, but I wish more police officers were like him, because he could be the example for that. So that's my kind of take on that. I just thought that would be great, a great topic to cover here. Okay. Next, for anybody that doesn't know, I work out of my house. I don't know that there's anybody seeing this that doesn't already know that. But for the longest time, I had to get, I had to connect, you know, my mouse and my keyboard to my computer using extension cables, because my little table that I use, the mouse and keyboard cords weren't long enough to reach all the way back here, whatever. So it just caused a mess. You know, there were wires everywhere. I was always tripping over them. It was just nuts. You know, and it would take, you know, a good extra, you know, 4 to 6 minutes out of a 15-minute break if I'd have to go in and like go to the bathroom or get a drink or something. So a lot of times I would just skip that and just wait until I got off, just because I didn't want to have to deal with tripping over cords and stuff to, you know, to do what I had to do. Well, recently, and by recently I mean tonight, I guess last night when you guys are seeing this, I got a wireless keyboard and wireless mouse in the mail from Amazon that I ordered on Friday, and I had it today because UPS doesn't deliver, or I had it Monday because UPS doesn't deliver on Saturdays, or I probably would have had it Saturday. Just because UPS kind of is fast around here. Trust me, I know the UPS guy by name now. He brings a lot of stuff my way, as you've probably seen from the blowouts and things like that. So, but it's a wireless mouse, a wireless keyboard. Plugged it into, you know, I took all the wires and plugs out that were mouse, and then kind of had a heart attack there for a second because plugged the mouse and keyboard receiver into the into my tower on my stand over there, and kind of had a heart attack for a minute because nothing would do work. So like my mom looked at it, she couldn't figure it out. She had my dad look at it, he couldn't figure it out. So he came in and said, okay, it's not gonna let us do what we want to do. So basically, in a very rare moment of light bulbing for him, which means light bulbing for anybody who doesn't know is when you're standing there, you're thinking, and a light bulb goes off over your head. And nobody should say I don't give him credit for anything when he does good, because it's very rare, but when it happens, I give him credit. But he's like, well, it's not going to let you work it now. So he reaches over and turns off the computer by the tower. He didn't like click start because the mouse wasn't working. So like, he turns the computer off by the tower, waits for like 10 seconds, turns it back on, comes back on, restarts, and all of a sudden we hear ka-ching, 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 like the computer was now recognizing the new peripherals. So tested it, and it worked. Yay! So the last test I had to do was I put it on my table that I use for a desk. Pulled the table over to where I am and made sure that the receiver could still pick up the keyboard and mouse from as far away, because I'm away against the wall and my computer's on my TV stand and it's over there. And granted, that's like 10 feet, and the range of this thing is like 3 feet. So I didn't have any problems, and it's just good. Like, I felt good because, I'm completely wireless now, so I don't have to worry about tripping over cords or anything like that. And if I need to, like, use a break to go to the bathroom or get a drink or something, I don't have to hold it anymore, which is another positive for me. I can just push the table out, move, and come back. I don't have to worry about cords anymore. So, like, this is a big deal for me. That excites me greatly. And battery life on these is 3 years for the keyboard and like a year and a half for the mouse before I have to change the batteries. Takes AA's. So I made sure I'm stocked up on AA's. I got another wireless keyboard on the computer that is sitting against my wall that I use for downloading books. That is same brand keyboard. It takes AAA batteries though, so it'll be weird having one that takes AAA's and one that takes AA's, but it works. Everything's gonna work out. And like I said on Facebook, everything's coming on Mikey. So this is awesome for me. I feel like it's gonna make me faster. I feel like it's gonna make it easier for me to do my job. And so just anything that makes anything easier on myself is just okay by me. So yay for wireless connectivity in keyboards and mice. One little aside, I found a keyboard cover, but I am looking for a mouse cover. So if anybody knows of any wireless mouse covers that I can use to cover my mouse when I'm not working and it's not using, so it's not collecting dust, please, for the love of God, let a brother know, because I looked on Amazon and couldn't find one that says it would be compatible cover that would fit my mouse. But um, I don't know um, if they all work, because I don't know if all mice are basically the same. So if you know of any good mouse covers and where to get them, um, just let me know. Because now that I've have my keyboard and mouse, I have my eye on a keyboard cover, which I'm gonna get paid on Friday, and looking for a mouse cover. So if you know any mouse covers before Friday, well, I'd rather know. And we're gonna take these last three topics because the bonus topic kind of has to do with wrestling too. So I'm gonna take these last three topics and kind of combine them. Um, all right. First of all, AJ Styles signed with WWE, but before that happened, like Friday, um, TNA came out and said um, we had contracts signed, we had ideas in place, we had start dates set, we had total storylines pitched, we had merchandise, all that. Well, Bullet Club representative, Bullet Club being AJ Styles, Doc Gallows, and um, Machine Gun Carl Anderson, who is from the Cincinnati area and wrestled the independent scene in Cincinnati as Chad Too Bad Allegra, which is what he was referred to by TNA. Um, but you know, they said, hey, we had these guys signed, they reneged, um, and representatives for the Bullet Club basically said nothing was signed, I wasn't there, um, you know, no deal was actually reached. Um, so it basically blew up in TNA's faces about that. Which the lesson learned here should be when you try to sign talent, make sure that you have legal people present for that. Make sure that you have everything, all your I's dotted and T's crossed. And for the love of God, if you're gonna do it, do it in an office building. Don't do it in somebody's house. And good God, get that shit notarized. Because if this was WWE, the minute interest was shown in any type of way, Vince would have had Jerry McDevitt, who is WWE's lead attorney, up on that shit, and it would have been taken care of yesterday. So, TNA, wish I could say I'm surprised by that, but I'm really not. bitching, that's all you do. Next, we're going to go to the thoughts on the Rumble. Now, everybody knows, or everybody should know, I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but they should. Rumble Day is my second favorite day of the year. If I have to tell you what my favorite day of the year is, you either haven't been alive for more than a day, or you haven't been around me for more than a day. But it's my second favorite day of the year. Real Rumble shows are usually pretty good, because it's the start of the road to WrestleMania. So, this I thought was an okay show. I thought it was a B- show, maybe. Ambrose and Kevin Owens starting the show with a last man standing match, definitely show stealer, which is weird to say about the first match on the show, but it was a show stealer, and I don't think anybody lived up to it after that, so it's one of those things where it's hard to follow. US Championship match between Kalisto and Alberto Del Rio. Um, I liked it. I thought it was really well done. Um, I hope that they give Kalisto the title and let him run with it for a couple months to get him through WrestleMania and get him a big WrestleMania win that will make him the um, single star they seem to be pushing him or want to push him to be. And then like, once he's a main man and he doesn't need like the title to establish himself, um, you know, do the open challenge every week, so that like he gets rid of the fluky champion label. You know, have him beat guys every week. Have him come close to losing, but beat guys every week. You know, have him be that type of underdog champion. Um, and then, you know, at either um, at the pay-per-view after Mania, or you know, if you wanted to give it to him up to SummerSlam, and then have him do a U.S. Open challenge at SummerSlam, and then have kid from NXT, Baron Corbin, um, you know, come out and say, "Hey, I'm gonna take your challenge," kind of like Sami Zayn did with Cena a few months back. Difference is I would have Corbin win it and let that be his call up, and just push him as like the silent monster type, which would be awesome. And then let's see. The only thing I really liked about the Divas match was the fact that Sasha came out at the end and laid waste to both of them. I like Becky, but given, you know, I think she's great in the ring, and she's just got that natural, like, quirky Irish personality. So, like, and she'll have the Divas title one day, but she's not her time now. But given what we know now, I don't think Charlotte should have been the one to topple Nikki and be Divas champion right now. I think it should have been Sasha, because she's a workhorse in the ring, and she's got personality for days. She is what we consider the total package. And I don't think it's a stretch to say that maybe she should have been given the run. I think the Divas Revolution thing would have been on much better ground, knowing what we know now, if it would have been her. But you know, you can't go back and change anything that's happened. You can just look forward to the future. So that's my thoughts on that. And then the Rumble match, I thought it was okay. Going into it, I thought this was either going to finally get Roman over and keep him over, or was going to suck elephant balls. And with the exception of a few places, it kind of sucked elephant balls. The AJ Styles surprise debut at number 3 and lasting damn near half an hour was awesome. That was really well done. The Spider-Man shit that Kofi tried to do, you know, basically being carried around on E's shoulders, that was cool. You know, it's always cool to kind of see what Kofi's going to do from year to year as far as Spider-Man shit goes. R-Truth coming out at number 12, pulling out a ladder, putting the ring, and climbing it, thinking he's either in a ladder match for the WWE Championship or the Money in the Bank ladder match, which is, oh my god. I love that crazy bastard. I love that crazy bastard to death. You know, and, you know, but once H came out, pretty much knew what was going to happen. It was kind of anticlimactic. Um, so yeah, it was a good show, match wise. Um, but the ending left a lot to be desired because I've never really been a proponent of authority figures having fucking title belts. Ever. Um, it's never worked, never has worked, never will work. Um, let's see. Alright, and then there's the bonus topic. Um, bonus topic is basically, this comes from a conversation that Becca and I had, a few days ago. Um, I am blessed beyond anything, to not only get to go, to have had the opportunity in the last 4 or 5 years, to have seen every WWE show that has ever come to Cincy in that time, which has been about 3 or 4 shows a year. But I have found, um, two people in Beck and Jen that not only want to learn about it, they actually want to go to these shows and watch watch these shows and learn, and they ask questions. They, you know, have to fill things in from time to time, but it's just awesome, for me, because who wants to go to a show by themselves, and my mom really doesn't like, going to shows that much, so she would go to shows with me before, but just wasn't her thing, so she would basically go and then like walk around the arena for like 2.5 or 3 hours, before Becca and Jen and I started going, and um, so it's awesome to have people that actually want to go and that will find the shows before I do. And like, look, this is happening. Uh, let's get the tickets. All right, don't gotta twist my arm. Good, cool, we're going. Um, I was talking to Becca the other day, and I said, "Can you imagine if we had been known each other like back in the '90s and shit um, when stuff was actually cool and the boom period was going on? Um, you know, 3 or 4 shows a year over 20 years, as opposed to 3 or 4 shows a year over the last 4 or 5. My mom would have been, oh, good lord. But she deals because she knows it's the only thing, um, in the world, that makes me genuinely happy. And she knows it gets me out of the house. So she doesn't complain. Um, I offered, to buy her a ticket. That way she'd have to sit in the car all night. But she's always like, "Don't do that. That would be a waste of money." Da, da, da. So okay, whatever. Um, but the offer is always still standing there, and just I'm blessed because I get to do what I love, see what I love, experience what I love with people I love. So um, that's just awesome for me, awesome for them, and um, I'll probably, if we ever make it to Mania, I'll probably be a blubbering mess that entire week. Because if there's ever a chance I can get to Mania, I'm not just going to Mania. I'll go to Raw. I'll go to SmackDown. Because Raw and SmackDown are usually in the Mania City that Monday and Tuesday after as well. So, like, I will go to Hall of Fame. I will go to NXT. I will go to Mania. I will go to Raw, and I will go to SmackDown. Just like, and I will go to like, the Access and like everything else. just to have the full Mania Week experience. And Mom knows this, and so do they. So, um, if it ever gets anywhere close to here, start planning your week off, cause baby girls, we go on. Um, and so, with that said, I'm going to stop this because my voice is starting to crack, and um, get some food, and maybe a little tea too, and get this sent, and tell you guys I love you guys, and I will be back um, next week with um, the Mikey Goes to the Movies. That's gonna go 3D because we're gonna cover all the musicals I got in the December haul um, in one Mikey Goes to the Movies. So it's gonna go 3D. It's gonna be 1776. It's gonna be Dreamgirls, and it's gonna be um, Fiddler on the Roof. And all I'm gonna say is two of these I absolutely loved, and one of them, not so much. So there's a little tease for that. That should be out sometime next Tuesday or Wednesday, because that's my next back-to-back days off. And so I love you. Thanks for listening. Peace.